The house that whispers. They said the house at the end of Harrow Lane was abandoned, but everyone in town knew that wasn't true. The lights never worked, the roof sagged like a broken spine, but if you walked past on a quiet night, you could hear it breathing. Not the wind, not the shifting wood. Breathing. Clara found herself outside the house one October evening, phone in hand, recording a dare for her friends. The air smelled of wet leaves and old iron, and she told herself the shiver running up her spine was just the cold. She pressed record, held the phone close, and whispered, "I'm going inside." The door didn't resist her. It swung open too easily, as though the house had been waiting. Inside, it was darker than night should be. No moonlight cut through the cracks, no sound carried from the street. Her footsteps echoed strangely, as though the rooms around her were too big, stretching wider the deeper she walked. Wallpaper peeled in long strips, like skin. Stairs loomed ahead, crooked and broken, but she swore she saw something small darting at the top. Too quick, too pale. Her phone screen flickered. The battery had been full, but it now showed 2%. When she glanced away from the screen, the numbers dropped again. 1%. Then it died. She was left in the dark. Then came the whispers. At first, they seemed far away, like neighbors murmuring through walls. But the longer she stood, the closer they crept. Dozens of voices, hushed but frantic, overlapping each other with words she couldn't understand. It was a chorus of warning, or pleading, or maybe laughter. Clara turned to leave, but the door she entered through was gone. In its place was a hallway, impossibly long, lined with doors that hadn't been there before. Each door was cracked open, just enough for her to see movement inside. A hand, pale and thin, retreated as she glanced at it. Another door slammed shut when she approached, the sound making her ribs ache. The whispers grew louder. She ran. Every step echoed too loudly, as if the house wanted to remind her she wasn't supposed to leave. The hallway stretched and warped, doors slamming open and shut around her, and in the flashes she caught glimpses of faces. Mouths sewn shut, eyes wide, pressed against the gaps, desperate to be seen. Finally, she stumbled into a room. It was empty except for a single mirror on the wall. She collapsed in front of it, gasping, trying to find her bearings. But the mirror didn't show her. It showed the front of the house, as if she were standing outside again. The street, the sidewalk, the rotten porch. And there, in the glass, was her own reflection, staring back through the window from the outside. Her reflection smiled. Behind her, the whispers stopped. The silence was worse. Then came the breathing again, louder this time, filling the room, pressing against her chest like a hand. She turned, but there was nothing in the dark, nothing she could see. Only the sound of lungs pulling in air that wasn't theirs, of something alive in the walls, in the floorboards, in the very bones of the house. Her reflection knocked on the glass, once, twice. Then it pressed its face against the inside of the mirror, grinning wider, eyes too dark. Clara screamed, and the mirror cracked. Not outward, inward, as though something had struck from behind. And just like that, she was gone. The house at the end of Harrow Lane waits for the next one now. And if you're quiet enough on a still October night, you'll hear the whispers too. They're not calling for help. They're calling for you.